turnover is increased, and obviously it's taking away the people that are law-abiding, who would have a problem with that, would stop using them. That's what they assume anyway, which leaves the people that don't care about the law and therefore don't necessarily care about the people they're going to see, and it just makes it even more dangerous for people working in the sex trade.
Right. And what do you think of the police role here? I mean, from knowing how unofficial red light districts work, the police are always around, or supposed to be always around. Now we have an official red light zone in Leeds. The police say they're always going to be around. It's not going to be presumably interfering in people going about their business. Or is this just a way for them to cut corners? I mean, they're under enormous financial pressure after all.
I think it is cutting corners, and it's also assuming that anybody who is in the trade is able to get to that area.
Yes.
You're talking about people that are working outdoors, which probably means that they are the ones that need financial support more than any of the ones that are working indoors. And they may have families, and they may have situations which means that they can't get to those areas. They won't necessarily all have a car. Industrial estates don't tend to be in accessible areas. So, it's still not addressing the people that probably are needing that money more than anybody else, because they're not getting support through the government for whatever reason that might be.
Okay, great points. Thank you very much for the call.
We've got Emily online too.
Good morning, Emily.
Hello.
Do you think they're doing a good thing up in Leeds?
Yes and no. I think it's good because I think that women in the sex trade should not be arrested and they should be decriminalised.
Right.
But I disagree with Kate. I think that the Nordic model, what they've done in Sweden, is the best way to protect women, because criminalising those who buy women, who pay for sex, that's what we need to do in order to end the demand for prostitution. I think Leeds is rather defeatist. What they're saying is that this is not going to go away, that prostitution is always going to be around. I think that's wrong. I think we need to look at ending the demand so that prostitution isn't a problem.
So you think you can counter thousands of years of human history?
Well, you could have said that about slavery, that slavery was something that was...
Unfortunately, Emily, I have to tell you that slavery is still very much in existence today.
And we should keep fighting against it.
Yeah, absolutely, but I suspect it will never go away.
I disagree. I think that we need to look at why those women are being exploited and why men think it's okay to buy them.
Okay, it's also worth pointing out, of course, that you get male prostitutes too and women customers, but I appreciate
I'm not quite sure on this one.
Well, we'll get Ben online too.
Morning, Ben.
Hiya.
What do you think about this up in Leeds?
Actually, my name is Richard. I'm not bothered about my name now. I used to be a male prostitute.
Okay. That's something for our previous caller to consider, yeah.
Yeah, I know. The thing is, I don't agree with what they've done in Leeds, personally. I mean,
what's the problem with your problem with what they're doing in Leeds?
I wish one council would have the guts to stand up and say, we are going to build a designated area. I mean, in Antwerp, it's a fabulous, beautiful city, Antwerp, and it's adorable. But there's an area of Antwerp, it's like a shopping centre, it's quite a few streets, not like the one in Amsterdam, which just that one. In Antwerp, it's like quite a few streets of like a shopping centre. I mean, families walk through there, normal people, grandparents, whatever, night times, all night, going on the business and everything else. The girls are there working in their rooms specifically, and there's no problem. I think the attitude in Europe towards sex is much more, it's a part of life. And it is a part of life.
Do you think, Ben, this chap who's got a business in Holbeck, in the red light district, he's saying the council would have done better to actually put the sex trade in a car park, for example?
No, I don't agree with the car park. I mean, why doesn't... I mean, the council regularly gives away green belts to people to build houses. I mean, if they're regularly giving away green belts to build houses, why don't they just build an area specifically for prostitutes to do their business, designated like an industrial estate, like most European countries have, with the windows in, or whichever way you wish to do it, where people can go in and shop. It is basically shopping. It's like going on a service station on a motorway.
But can I just butt in for just a second, because I know we're going to a break in just a moment, but I just wanted to say, I'll ask you, why did you become a sex worker, and what stopped you being a sex worker?
I did become a sex worker. For me personally, it was just extreme. I mean,
you weren't
nothing involved. I mean, most people, it's not all. Most people have this attitude place to the highest. I mean, I know people...
Ben, I'm sorry, Penny was right. We're right against the break, and I've got to cut you off, and I'd love to hear a bit more. After the break, it's Ray with all the other headlines, all the details, after a few more ads.
According to today's Daily Mail, a teenager has just had the face of which politician tattooed on her thigh? SNP's Alex Salmon, Lib Dems Nick
We'll leave you with that, guys.
or
But
Labour's
yeah,
Ed Miliband. Find out after
it's an interesting one. See you soon.